eventually went for 4.7, which is good, but I spent the last 7 months forward testing and backtesting the 2022 ICT mentorship and its fair value gap. After watching more than 40 hours of Papa ICT and logging 180 trades, I think I find my model. So let's test it. Alright, so we're backtesting August 17. On the 15 minutes, we put the important level, yesterday's high, today's high, New York midnight open, the 8:30 open, and yesterday's low was already taking out. So let's keep that in mind. Then we can go on the 1 minute. On the 1 minute, I usually come on screen when I'm trading at 9, so that's why I'm starting here. And I wait for the 9:30 volatility to pass. Because there's too much going on, it's going back and forth, so I usually wait. I like to have my execution around 10 or 9:55. So here's the 9:30 open. That's why I prefer to wait. Okay, let's check the displacement of this. So this is not enough anyway. But what I can see here is you can see those equal highs. We came up, took those people out. People who sold here put their stop losses here. So maybe there was a lot of liquidity here and above this high also. So we took those people out and we'll see here if there is a reaction. Yeah, so there's a reaction, leaving a fair value gap right there. However, let's check the displacement. 400, so this is not enough yet. This should be enough now. Yes, it is, so 644. So the only thing that's missing for now, because we have the liquidity taking out, we have this low and those lows that was taking out also. We have two fair value gaps left here, like that. Only thing that's missing for me is the 10 a.m. So I would like to have an execution after 9:55. So I'm not going to put an order now, and I'll just check how the price action goes. Okay, so after taking those lows, we had another displacement. Let's check the displacement. So not 600. Even though there's a fair value gap right there. But this is not a trade. And anyway, there are no highs that we're taking out. Let's check the time. It's 9:53. Hopefully it can be 9:55 before. 54. Another interesting thing is this displacement right there. 444. Leaving this fair value gap. Once again, the reason why I'm waiting for 600 is ICT explained that he wanted to see displacement. An important displacement after taking out liquidity. But I always had difficulty understanding what was important. So what I did is for all my trades, I always measure the different displacement, and I found out that for me, most of the time, if it's above 600, it does increases my win rate. However, you can see that in multiple examples, even in my previous videos, you can see displacements of, let's say, 400 with the fair value gap, and it still works. So that's just something for me, but you can check that for yourself. However, once again, this was not a trade because there were no highs taking out, but this could be a trade here. Not for me, but it could someone taking fair value gaps lower than 600. This could be a trade for them. What is the time now? 55. Let's check another candle. Okay. So this would be good enough for me. So it's 56. I put my order here. my stop loss above the fair value gap, the stop loss above the high, and with at least 250. And I go for the first obvious level, which is above 2.5. So those two are giving 2.33. So I'll just go with a 2.5 here. And that's it. Something also interesting, I saw a lot of comments asking, is why I'm going for the one above. ICT does suggest to go for the one lower as the lowest hanging fruit, because sometimes price can come up here, miss this fair value gap, and just continue down. But I don't mind missing a trade. So I prefer just having the one above, have a better risk to reward, and then just take it. But you need to accept the fact that sometimes it can come up here and miss you by just a little bit. So that's something you need to consider. And for the people who use this fair value gap right there, don't forget to cover those two fair value gaps with your stop loss. So that's something ICT said to be careful. So let's now hopefully wait for the price to come to my order and then come back down. Okay, so this is not 600, so I'm not allowed to take this one. Alright, so let's check that. It's very interesting because what happened is after taking those 2 days low, we had a first leg leaving a fair value gap. We filled this fair value gap and did a second leg here, leaving this fair value gap. And what happened then is we came back, filled again this fair value gap, went up, took people who maybe sold here and put their stop loss to break even, or sold and put a small stop loss, not covering this high. We took those people out and then continue going lower. So this was a very interesting trade. But I took my profit here and I'm okay. It's not 11 a.m. yet, so I'm still allowed to take a trade. So let's check if something happens. So this is interesting. Let's see the displacement, 490. So this is not enough for me, but we did take out this high here and leaving a small fair value gap right there. But since I don't have the 600, I'm not taking this trade. And you can see here that it would have been a loss. Okay, so it's 11 a.m. so I'm not allowed to trade anymore. So this is over. Let's check eventually went for 4.7, which is good, but I took my profit at 2.5 and I'm good with that. And that's it.